Today's episode, we are talking about limiting beliefs. There are so many things that I keep hearing over and over, and listen carefully. If you have said one of these things, okay, these are some of your limiting beliefs that's really blocking you from meeting your person, okay? So have you ever said, there are no men where you live? Seriously, think about it. Okay. Have you said the other one? That's number one. All right. No, there are no men where I live. Okay. Number two, no one wants to commit. Have you said that? Okay. Number three, I only attract shitty men. Have you said that one? And number four, all men want is sex. That's it. Okay, these are the four big things that I keep hearing all the time from the women in this community over and over. I've been guilty of saying this before I met Will, right? And like I really want to unpack it a little bit to really help you, okay? Because this is something, step one is being aware that you are saying this, and that it's not, I'm not going to be that person that tells you, yeah, you're so right. There are no men in Miami. Or like, you're right. There are no men in California. There's no men in London. There are no men in Canada. Like I talk to women all around the world. No men in Dubai. There are no men, you understand, all over. And they say the same thing, right? So like, I want you to know that if you say these things, okay, you are really blocking yourself from connecting with someone. Okay. So step one, being aware, like call yourself out. Like, first of all, I'm here calling you out, right? But you have to be able to receive it. You have to be able to like listen to him, like, oh shit, Jackie, that's actually a really good point. I do say that. And oh my God, let me, what do I do? Right? This is about growing. This is about saying and owning your shit. Like own it. So like, okay, guilty. Yes. So let's think about where you live. It doesn't even matter. Like, this is the whole point. This is the point. It doesn't even matter where you live. Like, it's so funny. Even my twin sister was like, oh my God, I'm like on this small island in the Canary Islands. Like there's only like 1 million people that live on the entire island, right? And she met her person, you know what I mean? And like they've been together for 10 months, crazy in love. And so like my whole thing is, when you're saying, there's no one where I live. There's no one where I live. If that's your thought that you keep saying, law of attraction is a real thing, okay? You are just going to keep seeing. That's what's going to be given to you. Nobody. No man in where you live. If you keep saying it, you will not find anyone, okay? Change that thought. Stop limiting yourself, right? And so instead, say, yeah, there are men where I live. Of course, there has to be. It's just that I'm not finding them. I haven't connected with them. What am I doing? What can I do to change it? Like, wait a second. Oh yeah, I never go out. Maybe that's why I say there's no men, because I don't go out. Or maybe I keep going to the same like place over and over again. And I'm like, really don't know, like not giving myself a chance to ever meet anybody new. Or maybe I should try to like do different things and join different clubs, or do different like, oh my God, rock climbing events. I have no idea, like whatever you're into. What I'm saying is stop saying there are no men where you live. Okay. Stop saying there are no men. Start saying of course there are men where you live. Of course. There's so many guys. Oh my God. Yes. And like, what can I do to find them? Perfect. Okay, so that's number one. If you're that person that says that limiting belief, please try that one little step. It is a game changer. You start to tell the universe, hey, I am a positive thinker. I am thinking that of course there is. And you need to believe it too. Like you can't just like bullshit, right? You can't just be like, okay, there are men where I live. No, you have to be like, wait a second. Why am I like seriously trying, to say this? Like, why am I saying these things? Because you're coming up with excuses. And honestly, a lot of the experiences that you've had are probably really shitty, So like you kind of a part of you is kind of feeling hopeless. And I get it. Like, I remember feeling that. Okay. But like, this is me trying to empower you. This is me trying to say, stop like making excuses. I want you to take action. Okay. Because nothing's ever going to change if you don't take action. So now, you know, if you're thinking there's no one where you live, you're going to say, hell yes, there are people where you live. What can I do differently? Because what you're doing, it, you know, hasn't like helped you connect with anybody. So take action, change it up, right? Okay. Number 2, no one wants to commit. Okay. No one you're talking to wants to commit. Like there's a big difference here. Like something that happened to you, maybe you are choosing people that are emotionally unavailable, and that could be for a plethora of reasons. Like seriously, and that's like deep rooted shit. Like that is something that you have to really do that inner work to say, wait a second, do I keep, you know, choosing emotionally unavailable men? Like what am I doing that is always choosing guys that don't want to commit? Or why do I choose men waiting for them to commit to me and they never do? Or why do I stay with guys that say they're not really interested in anything serious, but I still spend time with them, catch feelings, and they never change? I'm like, okay, are you hearing this? Are you seeing this? This is me trying to like wake you up a little bit. And instead of you saying nobody wants to commit, you have to start owning it and saying, wait a second, you are choosing men that don't want to commit because that's not their intention. They just want to hook up. They're not ready for a relationship. And that is something that you could actually intentionally find out in the very beginning when you meet someone. Like, be fearless and have those conversations, right? And so like, these are all limiting beliefs, things that really limit you from, you know, moving forward and actually finding your person. So stop saying it. Okay, so we've covered 2, right? No, there's no one where you live. Number 2, no one wants to commit. Number 3, I only attract shitty men. Okay, you keep saying it, right? I only attract shitty men. Guess what's going to happen? You're only going to attract shitty men. Like, no, seriously. If you are just seeing, and it's actually like so interesting because, you know, every day your brain's kind of like, there's so many things that you have to filter. Your brain is filtering, right? And it's like, okay, you can't pay attention to every single stimuli, right? You can't pay attention to everything. So like if you're telling, you know, your thought is, I only attract shitty men, guess what's going to happen? It's like you're going to be laser focused on shitty men. Like that's really what because you're going to find evidence. You're going to look for evidence to support that thought. Okay. This is what's crazy. Like, I feel like you can have a moment right now. You're like, oh shit. Oh my God. I have been saying I only attract shitty men. And because I'm saying it, that's my thought. You know, that's all I keep. And then your energy, by the way, if you have that thought, it's going to make you feel like, oh my God, I don't even want to like go up, put myself out there. Why? Because there's only shitty men and that's all that's going to come to me. So you are not even going to show up as your best self, right? You're not going to even like shine your beautiful light that will even attract your person. Like all of this will then end up just attracting really shitty men and exactly where you started. You're going to just be going in that cycle. So what do you do? Okay. What you do is start saying something different. Okay. Don't say I only attract shitty men. You can say, I know that I can attract really freaking quality men. Like start to say that. Start to believe that. You're a quality freaking woman, right? Like, you know, and if you don't believe that, that's another thing that we have to talk about. That's another episode. But what I'm saying is like to your core, right? You have to believe that you're a quality woman. Okay. And because you are, you're going to shine your light. And I want you to go with that positive mindset of, oh my God, I'm going to shine my light and I'm going to attract something that is as positive, as quality as me. Okay. If you're going out in the world thinking, oh my God, all I deal with is, all I attract is shitty men, that's all you're going to get. So you need to stop saying that. You need to actually, like consciously, This is like you actually consciously saying, oh my God, like catch yourself. Like after this episode, like really listen to your thoughts. Like pay attention to what you're saying to yourself. Oh my God, Jackie was right. Oh my God, I just had that thought. That's like super negative. Like, what is going on with me? Because the more negative you are saying to yourself, the more negative that you're going to see out in the world. Okay. And that's all it's going to keep going and coming to you. So if you want to change your love story, if you want to change, you're like, Jackie, just give me a love story. You're like, just give me anything. You need to start changing your thoughts. Okay. So we've covered those 3 right now, right? Stay with me. Number 1, there are men. There are amazing men where you live. Number 2, men want to commit. There's a lot of men that want to commit. Okay. So yeah, that's there. You're just not finding them. Okay. And there are such incredible men and that are going to be attracted to you. High quality men. Okay. Not just shitty men, right? So I want you thinking positive. And the last one that so many of you guys are saying to me, and I know this, right? All men want is sex. But you know what's interesting is how many times you say that, but like, I want to ask you, are you having sex with those guys? Like seriously, wait, serious. Are you having sex with those guys? Because like, I know sometimes you're like, no, but not everybody. Of course, right? Not everybody. But there's something going on here from your experiences, right? That you've chosen men that, even though you want to find your person, you've chosen men that did not have the intention to have like a long, healthy, serious relationship, right? And you are spending time with them, you are hooking up with them, having sex with them. And then when you're like, oh yeah, what are we now? Like, are we like serious? We're boyfriend, girlfriend. They're like, no, we're not. I'm still figuring things out. And then that leads you to your story that you keep telling yourself, the limiting belief that all men, all they want is sex. Okay. So like, how can you take some ownership on that? Like, I want you to stop blaming and like pointing the finger and be like, wait a second, like for real, in the beginning, if you're talking to someone, you can have that conversation. And instead of having sex with someone and hoping that you guys will be on the same page, instead, actually talk about like what you guys are like looking for. And, if you guys are not 100% sure, don't have sex with them until you really get exclusive. Like I want you to actually choose. You need to decide to take a different action. Because like if you want to stay in the same spot that you're in, right? You're just going to keep telling yourself, these limiting beliefs that are going to limit you, right? And stop you from finding your person. Okay, so this is when, you hear this, you hear it like that I am really on a mission to help you find your person. I know they exist. I found my person and I know that you are meant to find your person. And so my goal is for you to get out of your own way. Okay, you have to own it. So if you have said, and I'll say it again, there are no men where I live. No one wants to commit. I only attract shitty men. All men want is sex. If you've said any of those things, you're so guilty. But the good news is, this is what is like gold about this. If you know this, you could actually say, oh my God, thank you, Jackie, because now I'm aware and I'm going to call myself out. And you could actually say, like, catch yourself and say, oh my God, how can I flip that negative thought to a positive thought? I promise you, like, you're going to start feeling it. You're going to start feeling it. You're going to go out and you're going to have those positive thoughts. Positive things are going to come to you. You're going to start seeing people differently. You're going to start seeing more quality men. Oh my God, Jackie, there's too many amazing men. You're going to be like, I want those to be these new limiting beliefs. There's too many men, so little time. Like, I want you guys to realize that there's so much power in your thoughts, okay? And changing your story that you're telling yourself over and over is only preventing you from finding crazy love. Okay. Oh, I feel good about this. I feel like I had to say this message today. Okay. And as you're going out in the world, changing your thoughts from negative, crappy ones to positive ones, right? Don't settle for anything less than crazy love, because it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time. Bye. Thank you.